district because we would have to add on temporary note renewal costs as part of that. So, I mean, all that you can assess them is the amount that was originally agreed to as part of the original resolution.
Thank you, Dottie. Any other questions?
What's the ordinance number?
2446.
I'd like to make a motion to approve ordinance number 2446, levying and assessing special assessments on certain lots, pieces, and parcels of land liable for such special assessments to pay the cost of internal improvements in the city of Gardner, Kansas, pertaining to the USD 231 school campus.
Second.
Motion, Shute, second, Harrison, that we approve ordinance number 2446, levying and assessing special assessments on certain lots, pieces, and parcels of land liable for such special assessments to pay the cost of internal improvements in the city of Gardner, Kansas. Shute.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Kodovich.
Yes.
Ordinance number 2446 passes. New business item number 5. Consider adopting a resolution, and that'll be 1904, approving the official statement to be used in connection with the sale of certain general obligation bonds of the city of Gardner, Kansas, and authorizing certain actions to comply with federal securities law. Laura.
As presented at the February 3rd work session by Bond Counsel Riley, the Securities and Exchange Commission continues to expand their enforcement related to municipal debt. And as noted in the presentation, the issuer of the bonds, which is the city, acts through the city's public officials, and all of us who are public officials, you and your team, are ultimately responsible for meeting the primary and continuing disclosure requirements. The primary disclosure documents include the official statement, so it's important that you had the opportunity to review them. And I provided you a copy of Bond Counsel's presentation from that night. Considering Bond Counsel's advice regarding the need to disclose in the official statement material facts that would be important to the investors, that's the test, and to err on the side of caution for matters of disclosure, the city's finance team engaged in discussion to take care of the disclosure language that we've talked about several times. And following your action on February 24th, City Attorney Dank advises that we're in conformity, and that was included in this official statement. The rest of the official statement is just data that investors care about, the city's audited financials, the projections. There's really nothing that you would particularly have interest in changing. It's just data. But I wanted to make sure you had the opportunity to review the disclosure language and the official statement. So with that, I don't really have anything else to say. Again, Bond Counsel's here, as is Financial Advisor Kimmel, if you have any questions.
If there's someone in the audience that would like to speak regarding new business item number 5, now would be the time to step forward and be heard. With no one coming forward, questions for Laura regarding new business item number 5? I would certainly entertain a motion on resolution 1904.
I move we adopt resolution number 1904, approving the official statement to be used in connection with the sale of certain general obligation bonds of the city of Gardner, Kansas, and authorizing certain actions to comply with federal securities law.
Second.
Motion Harrison and second Shute that we adopt resolution number 1904, approving the official statement to be used in connection with the sale of certain general obligation bonds of the city of Gardner, Kansas, and authorizing certain actions to comply with federal securities law. Harrison?
Yes.
Shute?
Yes.
Kodovich?
Yes.
Freeman?
Yes.
Roberts?
Yes.
Resolution number 1904 passes. Thank you.
So next Monday night, or next council meeting, you'll be approving the bond sale and all the things associated with that ordinance resolution. We will sell the bonds that day.
Very good. Thank you so much. All right, new business item number 6, authorize the mayor to reappoint Karen Lavella to the Planning Commission. I'm going to actually turn this new business item, as well as new business item number 7, over to Council President Christina Harrison, as she, Councilmember Tori Roberts, and Cheryl Harrison Lee, the city administrator, are the ones that handle the Planning Commission appointment process. Christie.
So we conducted interviews of 3 people for this particular position. There was a unanimous decision to reappoint Karen to the Planning Commission. I guess I'll open it up for public comment, if there's any. Okay, council discussion?
I'm just curious about the attendance records of the people we're considering. How does anyone have any data on that?
Yes, I do have that on the attendance records for Ms. Lavella, and the percentage of meetings attended was 64%.
Do you have them for the others, or is that?
For Mr. Limer?
Uh-huh.
Yes, 100%. For the next item?
You want them for the airport too?
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, if you don't.
Okay.
If there's not further questions, I guess I could entertain a motion.
Well, how do the 2 applicants compare to the kind of the average? Do we have any?
Well, I mean, from Karen's perspective, if you look at her overall attendance, she's been on a lot longer. So Brent's only been on for less than 6 months. So that's 5 or 6 meetings versus the opportunity for Karen to be there. I mean, so.
How about the, Cheryl, would you be able to provide the others? Would you happen to have those on the Planning Commission?
I'll add something. I agree with Christie. Most of the people on the Planning Commission right now have only had like 5 or 6 meetings, so it might be hard to
It is. It is.
to compare. Because Karen's been on for several years.
Right.
I see what you're saying.
I'll offer some opinion. I was on the Planning Commission with Karen. I'm not going to say there wasn't some attendance issues in the past. However, since we've adopted the new policy for last spring and gave actually attendance guidelines, she's made every meeting. And in my opinion, I think the Planning Commission is relatively new right now, and I think at this point her attendance issues are not as valuable as her experience issues. So I'm going with the experience, and she's had renewed attendance since the policy has been established. So
Refresh my memory about what that policy, what was?
it was the governing body of procedures that I was not on the city council when it was adopted, but whatever was adopted this past spring.
Did it have minimums? I don't recall it.
It does. I don't know if Cheryl can
I can,
enlighten us. I don't have it in front of me.
Okay.
It says appointees violate the city's boards and commission attendance policy if they receive notice of meetings and without excuse miss 3 consecutive meetings or attend fewer than 2/3 of a regular or special meetings of the Board of Commission on which they serve within a 12-month period.
So within the last 12 months, she's below the 66%, Or no, she's,
I don't have the records, but